Hey everybody, it's Jen Lefforge. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am bringing you a very important end of year creator update. I'm going to let you know where my channels are, and hopefully I'm going to bring you some encouraging information if you are a content creator, and I am really glad that you're here. So one of the things that's really easy to do if you are a creative in any capacity, if you create content online, if you're a writer, if you are an influencer, certainly if you are a YouTube creator, it can feel like you're only as good as your last hit, right? It is really hard to stay energetic and encouraged when month over month, sometimes things don't go exactly as you had planned. And certainly in 2020, things haven't gone as any of us planned, and particularly for those of us that are Disney vloggers or travel vloggers, we've seen our numbers fluctuate, we've seen our ad revenue go down, and it's not been the most encouraging year just kind of across the board. So when I got this email from YouTube that was kind of a year-end in review, it was so good for me because it forced me to kind of just take a minute, look at the numbers, look at how much I've actually grown on both of my channels, and realize that, gosh darn it, I've done pretty well. And I want to say that to you. If you are a content creator, blogger, writer, YouTube creator, influencer, and you are still standing after the year that we've had, I want you to just stop for a minute and give yourself a big pat on the back, a big Liz Lemon high five, and just say, you know what? I've done a good job. Because I'm still here and I'm still breathing and I'm still putting out content. And it was not easy to be successful this year. And as my husband always says, any good landing is a landing you walk away from. Let's say that about 2020. 2020 is good because we are walking away from it and we can see it in our rearview mirror. However, there are quite a few things to celebrate. I personally have a lot of things I was grateful for, and I wanted to go over with you guys kind of the numbers that YouTube sent me and really what I've learned this year. So let's start with my main channel. Now, you may not know, I have two YouTube channels. Jen Lefforge is focused on all things Disney, and then this channel, Joyful Living, is focused more on home stuff and health and wellness and my personal life and all of that. Now, this was the first full year of this space here, so really, this is the first chance I've had to look back at the last year on this channel. But let's start with my main channel. Now, I love the way they grouped this. So the first thing they said was, Jen Lefforge, when 2020 went off script, you kept us inspired by uploading 1,353 minutes of content. Your hard work's worth celebrating. Let's take a moment to reflect. And that's a lot of minutes, y'all. And there were a lot of days for me, and I think for a lot of you that create content, for a lot of you that do anything, where we just kind of didn't want to get out of bed. And it was very hard to keep going. It was hard to have a good smile on my face. It was hard to stay positive, and I wasn't always. And then when I wasn't positive, my audience, you guys were still great to say, hey, we're right there with you. And it really gave me an outlet and a way to feel like I was still part of the world, even though we were all sort of sequestered away. So I'm very proud of that 1,353 minutes of content. From your first video upload until now, your fans have smashed that like button. Are you guys ready? 107,676 times. That blows my mind. It also said you've inspired some good conversations. Fans left 45,270 comments and shared your content 8,049 times. I don't know if you guys know what a big deal it is when you share content. It gives it wings, so to speak. When I share it, it's like a level 1. When you guys share it, whether that be on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, through email, it is like truly setting something out and setting it free, and it means the world to me. 2020 didn't stop you from making moves. You picked up 6,461 new subscribers and 776,640 new views, which is truly mind-blowing. That number is just shocking to me. Fans took 102,176 hours in 2020 to watch your YouTube channel, and your fans can't get enough. Your videos received 47,075 likes in 2020. Now I want to pause right here and just say, keep in mind, this is my bigger YouTube channel. It has been around almost 3 full years. In fact, I think February marks my 3rd year anniversary. So we're going to get into my smaller channel in a minute. So those of you that are kind of baby content creators, or if you're just starting out, I don't want anybody to play the comparison game, right? That's not what this is about, but it is about going and looking back and going, okay, you know what? I did do a good job, and that's okay. And, really, the thing is the work. And no matter what, I have tried to show up and continue to do the work. And on my Disney Focus channel in particular, that's been challenging because obviously I haven't been to Disney. I haven't had in-park content since February of last year. So continuing to try to be creative, to go to you guys to come up with ideas of even things to talk about has been huge. So now let's talk briefly about the Joyful Living channel. Now keep in mind, this is my baby channel. This one started in July of 2018, so it's been around just about a year and a half. Fans left 9,990 comments. You've smashed the like button 30,785 times. I've gained 2,900 new subscribers and 226,441 new views. And fans took 30,704 hours in 2020 to watch your channel. Crazy. Your fans can't get enough. Your videos received 21,126 likes, and you kept in touch with your YouTube community by responding to 5,481 comments. Now, on this channel, I saw percentage-wise a lot more growth, which didn't really surprise me because it was the newer channel. And the other thing about my Disney Focus channel is because so many people kind of just stopped watching Disney content, and I'm not judging that because I kind of did the same thing because it was sort of depressing to watch, that really I relied on my second channel to keep things going, to keep momentum going. And honestly, I saw a lot of growth over there too, because most of my focus here is what I'm doing at home, right? Home organization and lifestyle vlogs and day in the life and all of that. And clearly that was far more interesting for those of us that were in lockdown. And I'm starting to see the Disney content pick up again a little bit. Of course, the Disney Vacation Club content always does really well over there. But year over year, I almost quadrupled my income on this smaller channel. And so that's just been a huge number for me. And I'm just going to pop over there really quick for you guys, because I know a lot of times people are like, now, wait a minute, what did you actually make last year? And if I go to the main channel, which is my Disney channel, and I compare year over year, 2019. In 2019, in AdSense revenue alone, I made $4,816 on my main channel. And in 2020, I made $7,056. So I'm really, really proud of that. It's not quite double, but it's pretty darn close. So even though my channel didn't grow by double, my revenue did. And that's due in large part to the fact that I am getting higher CPMs and higher RPMs, which means that kind of more expensive advertising is happening on my channel. And that is causing me to make more revenue. And that's all due to just having a larger influence. Okay, so if we go to my smaller channel, which let me make sure I can even do, because, hold please. Okay, upload complete. I'm just downloading a video that I just recorded this morning, so I want to make sure I don't mess that up. Processing HD version, SD complete. I think I can change out of this and switch accounts. Okay, so if I go to revenue and I go to 2019 for Joyful Living, in 2019 I made $448.95, whopping. I just got monetized, I think, towards the end of 2019. And then if I go to this last year, I made $2,246.75. So percentage-wise, that's huge. Now that channel, meaning this channel, is smaller. So my CPMs and my RPMs are about half on this channel what they are on my main channel. Again, that's not saying that the content is any better there than here. It just means that I'm not quite appealing to the same amount of advertisers on this smaller channel that I am on the larger channel. And it's really good for me to look at that, because I have had some bad months on YouTube. I think it was like the first or second month of lockdown. I just saw everything go way down. I was very discouraged. I've certainly had bad weeks. I've certainly had bad videos, but it is a marathon, not a sprint. So I really want to look at my overall trends, not so much on week over week or one video to the next video, or, we all have videos that we put out that are stinkers and that are not kind of, they're just not good performing videos. And then other times we'll put out a video that we think, oh, nobody's going to like this, and it will go crazy. And that's just sort of, in a way, I will have to admit, it is part of the game of being a YouTube creator. And I kind of like that about being a YouTube creator, because I feel like I put out my best work and then it sort of gets legs of its own and it gets its own life. And I never really know what's going to happen. A perfect example of that is the video that I did about what it's like being married to a pilot. Now, I really honestly did not know how that video was going to do. It was a lot of fun, but I just wasn't sure. And it has continued to be my top performing video, getting over 1,000 views in the last month. And that video went up July of 2019. So you really need to look at the videos you're producing in terms of long-term growth. And sometimes you can do a video months and months ago and it will continue to give you a lot of views and a lot of traffic. If I go to that video in particular, and I'm just curious how much money I've made on it, in the lifetime of that video, I've made $240, which, that's not, that's a lot of money for one video. And I'm really, really proud of that. The other big story for me this last year has been Patreon. I don't know that I've ever really explained it in detail, but my kind of philosophy about how I earn money in order to be paid for the work that I do. I don't like doing sponsored videos. I find them to be an awful lot of work. Working with brands can be fun, but it can also be a beating. And although I do affiliate marketing, I do an Amazon affiliate, I have an Away affiliate link for you guys. I have no problem doing that. Sponsored videos, I've tried it. It's just not something I want to do. So, a while ago, I guess now I've been on Patreon for almost 2 years, I decided that what I wanted to do was move to Patreon instead and allow people to have like a monthly subscription. They would get exclusive content, including live streams, more access to me. There are benefits to belonging. And that way I wouldn't have to spend time, chasing down sponsors or doing any of that. I could really focus on creating content and then connecting with my audience, which is really what I'm passionate about. I never wanted to be a salesperson. I wanted to be a content creator and I wanted to connect with my audience. And Patreon has allowed me to do that. So I now have 155 patrons, and that really is kind of my automatically deposited paycheck every month. I know this is how much money I'm going to make on Patreon. I've said this before and I'll say it again, and my patrons know it because I say it all the time. If it were not for them, I would not continue to do YouTube. My revenue between both channels on YouTube kind of goes between around $800 a month to up to $1,200 a month on a really, really good month. And that's it. And honestly, since this is really my job now, if that were all the money that I were making and then the little bit I get from affiliate links, this is not something I could continue to do. I never want to say never, because might there come a time where a very large company wants to sponsor me to do a video and it's something I really believe in and I will say yes to that. That's possible. It's just not something that I want to chase down. It's just not fulfilling for me. And again, no disrespect to any creators that make their living that way, because there are an awful lot that do. More power to them. I do believe in people getting paid for the work that they do. I have zero problem with creators that I love doing sponsored videos. It just is, for me, not the way that I want to do my work. So Patreon has been kind of the pathway for me to be able to continue to create content. The other thing I developed this year was my consulting business, and that has grown very organically. I have not pushed that the way that I probably could push it. I know I could be better about promoting my consulting business, but honestly, I work with one creator at a time, and I really love that. I love that it can be a very personal approach. It is no cookie cutter, no like one size fits all. When I work with a creator, and I think that if you go to my testimonial page on my website, you'll see this, they get my undivided attention. I really do focus just on them and trying to not necessarily grow them to 100,000 subscribers, right? Because I haven't even been able to achieve that for my own channel, but rather allow them to leverage what they are really good at, and then to maybe bring in some skills and some recommendations for maybe areas where they're not as strong. And I love doing it. And so that's been really personally fulfilling for me, and it has allowed me to grow my income. I'm perfectly capable of going back to a career type position. I have a lot of experience. I get pinged on LinkedIn all the time. I don't want to do that. I enjoy my freedom. I enjoy, especially now during the great unpleasantness, I've loved that I've had the flexibility to be at home, support my boys because they're going through a lot of stress too. And this is right for me for this season of my life. And I look forward to seeing how it is going to grow and develop. Having said that, what is next for 2021? Well, I have already spent an entire 2 days planning out 2021. By the way, if you're a creator and you have not done that yet, you're already late. So do it like this week. I'm kidding. Don't put any pressure on yourself, but you really do want to spend time thinking about, what do I want to do in the next phase of my channel? What are my goals for the next year? Where do I want to spend my time? And I really was able to process through, what are the things that I love about the work that I do? Again, it always comes back to two things. I love creating content, and I love communicating with my subscribers and my viewers. So it's really the content and the community. And if things don't come under those two umbrellas, I'm not really that interested in spending a lot of time doing them. So for me, that means backing off on some social media that isn't really reaping me very many rewards, focusing on other social media where I feel like I can connect better with my audience, and really putting my energies into creating content that I'm not only proud of, but that I feel like is going to be inspirational for my audience. I want to inform, I want to entertain, I want to inspire, and that has been the heartbeat of everything that I've done really my whole life. And so this YouTube business should be no different. I'm excited about 2021 because I can feel me feeling comfortable in my own skin as a creator. And it's kind of embarrassing to say it's taken me almost 3 years on YouTube to get there, but my comfort level with my medium is fantastic right now. You never want to get too comfortable because you always want to be pushing yourself and learning new skills, and I'm constantly learning in that regard. But I really, really love what I do. And that's what I would wish on all of you, that if it can't be your main job right now, maybe for you it's a side hustle until it can be your main job. Maybe it continues to be just a hobby that really, fulfills a creative part of who you are. But don't let anybody tell you that this is a dumb idea, because I had a lot of people tell me this was a dumb idea, and I knew it was something I wanted to do, and I did it anyway. And to be sitting here now and realizing that, I could pay our mortgage if I needed to with the money that I generate from my little YouTube job. It's very gratifying. I love what I put out into the world. I'm proud of what I put out into the world. And yeah, I can't think of anything more fulfilling than that. As you are reflecting on whether it's your own business or your own personal life or your own content, I hope that you can focus on the things that bring you joy, that bring you fulfillment, and that those things will bring you nothing but fantastic success in 2021. Thanks for joining me for this little chat. If you are interested in working with me as a consultant, I will put all the information about that in the description box below. I do have a waiting list because, as I said, I only work with one creator at a time, but I would love to look at your content and consider working with you if you would consider working with me. I hope you guys have a fabulous week, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.